Hello YouTube, this is Firebrand Chris, and today I am going to be showing you guys how to load 762x38R using the RCBS 762mm Russian Nagant die set. Now, what I plan on doing is I'm going to take .312 diameter 32 Magnum bullets and size them down. So they'll be .309. And to let you guys know, they will be 90 grain jacketed hollow point bullets. First step, well, I got to do this whole bag, but what I'll do is I only show you 10, maybe 5 at a time. That way you guys will pretty much get a good opinion on how to do this. Stick our top on here. Right now what we're going to do is lube the cases. And I prefer to use, most of the time I use one-shot, Hornady one-shot case lube. But occasionally I'll use the Imperial sizing dye wax, which works well. Find the hole. Just that simple. What we'll do is we'll let them sit a couple of minutes and then we'll move on to the sizing operation. Alright, in this stage we are going to use Lee's bullet sizer to size some 32 Magnum .312 diameter bullets down to .309. Just do 10 of them. It's actually pretty easy. I usually lube them up a little bit with some Imperial, don't know if you can see it or not, Imperial sizing dye wax, and they usually go in pretty well. Stick that on there. Just give it a good push. And there you have it. Just that simple. Actually take one out of here and measure it. Now what I found is that it actually takes, you can measure it now and see what it says, but if you give it a few minutes, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, the copper will actually bounce back and give you the true diameter of the bullet. Alright, in this stage, we are going to be sizing the brass. Now, this is fresh brass made by PPU, so there's no need to deprime it, and so it's just going to be sizing operation. As instructions from Hornady, I did spray a little bit of one-shot case lube inside of the die. Helps with the lubrication process. Now we're going to stick this in here using Lee's quick change system, and we're ready to go. there we have 10 pieces. That was pretty quick. Move on to the next operation. Now, in this step, we are going to be priming the brass. I know last time I already had the strip in there. This time I'll show you guys how to put the strip in there if you've never seen that before. Just going to take one strip, and it's ready to go. Show you 10. Now, I usually use CCI primers. I actually tried using Fiocchi leadless primers, but the primer pockets on this PPU brass was too tight, so it didn't fit. Pretty quick. Alright, for this stage we're going to be flaring the case mouth. Now what makes this difficult is you have to flare it enough to where you can get the bullet to seat below the case mount. But if you flare it too much, you'll have trouble seating the bullet. Stick our die in here, flaring die. Alright, this should already be set from last time. Like I said, I always like to check. Oh, let's see. There we go, that's enough. Okay, now in this stage we're going to be dispensing the powder charge. For this setup and this load, we're going to be running 9 grains of Hotchkins H110. Now I've used this setup before and it's safe. It works in my Nagant revolver. Cases have extracted pretty easy. Let's get the machine set up. I'm probably only going to show you a couple of these because it takes a while. Let's see. It takes a while to get this stuff going. And that's the charge we want. Gonna let the machine dispense it. I'm going to let it double check the weight, and it's 9 grains. Which one do I do first? push that over a little bit. Make a mental note. I got the second one, so I have to fill that first one. In this stage, we're going to be seating the bullet, and then after we've seated the bullet, we're going to be performing a crimp operation. Seat it in there. Now I have tried Hornady's XTPs with this, and the same thing happened. It sort of smashed the top of the bullet, but it didn't appear to affect accuracy too badly. Now the Sierra bullets were gold. Got that up in there. Now, as far as the crimp, they didn't provide a dedicated crimp die. So what I do, screw this back out. Cedar plug. I rub a little sizing wax on the edge. And it closes up that mouth. As you can see, there's a lot of overworking the brass. Alright, this is the end product. Like I mentioned before, I don't know if I did, the RCBS cedar die destroys or deforms bullets. So if you have a full metal jacket bullet that you plan on using, you'll be pretty much okay. But these loads work in my Nagant revolvers, so if you ever plan on using somebody else's load data, always reduce the charge at least 10%. Other than that, thank you guys for watching.